Intelligence analyst Glenmore Trina-Harvey joins us now from London with his thoughts on all this. Glenmore, good evening to you. Can we expect any heads to roll in at the NSA or in Washington over these latest revelations?
I don't think heads will roll because the administration is so totally tied up with it. But it is a change in a new direction because up until now, until today's revelation by the Washington Post, there have been concerns about surveillance of other countries. Germany got very upset, France also. But this is domestic surveillance, and it is politically hugely embarrassing. That's why I don't think heads will roll, because, as I say, the administration itself is so totally involved. There is something called the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court. Now, this is a very august body that was set up with the whole role that it would approve individual cases of surveillance, because under American law, the FBI and certainly the CIA and NSA are not allowed to surveil American citizens. And yet what have we seen with this latest revelation, courtesy of Edward Snowden, the massive thousands of surveillance instances a year. This is incredible. As I say, the worst thing that happens to any government is political embarrassment, and they have this in scads.
So judging by what you've just said and collateral fallout, you're not surprised then that Intelligence Chief James Clapper has still got his job after apparently lying to Congress?
Well, yes. One of the things I say, how do you know that a politician, a lawyer or an intelligence officer is lying? Is when his lips are moving. It goes with the territory. Why are people surprised? The thing is that in this instance, unlike things like we've just heard with Manning the other day, no one has been threatened. There have been no lives threatened as a result of it. Quite the reverse. We saw when the United States and European countries closed down their embassies in the Yemen and throughout the Middle East. Why did they do this? Because of the surveillance of Al-Qaeda. It is desperately important. When Russia used to have FAPSI, which was their equivalent of the National Security Agency or GCHQ, this is precisely what they were doing. And they would follow what was happening with Chechens conversing with their Muslim supporters. So it happens throughout the world.
But back to what the White House, on the face of it, is going to do about this now. I mean, it has promised a full and transparent investigation. So I guess that means they are putting the search of truth above security, finally, at last. No?
Well, those are fine words, and you will certainly have that. But I tell you what, we see what's happening in Egypt at the moment, and Obama is spending his time, on his umpteenth vacation this year. He should be getting back to Washington. He should be pulling in the people from Fort Meade. He should be reading the Riot Act to them. But he won't. The reason being, as I say, whether it's Clapper or any other of the American intelligence people, he cannot do so because they know more about him than he knows about them. It is political embarrassment.
A final thought, where is the balance between too much transparency and the country's security?
You're asking the wrong man. I would say individual transparency and all of this, forget it. I want to be protected. I want to have all of the information that I ever give up if it prevents me, my family, my Dutch girlfriend being protected. As long as that happens, I will set transparency to the side. I think most people, when it comes down to the balance, would say they would agree with me.
Thanks for being on the programme live from London. Intelligence analyst Glenmore Trina-Harvey there. Thank you.